Good evening. Charges are pending tonight against a mom who crashed with her 2 children in the car, killing one. I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm David Carroll. This wreck involved 2 cars that were traveling on Taylor's Ridge in Summerville, Georgia, near the scenic overlook. The State Patrol says the woman's car crossed the center line and hit a van driven by a 16-year-old who police say tried to avoid the wreck but could not. Natalie Potts tells us about the condition of those involved. Natalie?
Well, David, in all 2 children and 1 teenager were taken to area hospitals along with 2 adults. The 11-year-old boy was pronounced dead at the scene. Tonight, troopers have 2 messages for all drivers. Don't drive under the influence and wear your seatbelt. Make sure all children are properly restrained.
I'm always very careful when I slow down, because when you're coming around that curve, you never know what will happen.
Georgia State troopers say 33-year-old Courtney Hines ran off the road Tuesday night on U.S. Highway 27 at Taylor's Ridge in Summerville. They believe she overcorrected her car, which forced it across the center line. The car then rotated counterclockwise before hitting a moving van in the outside lane across the road. Hines' car then flipped, ejecting 2 kids out of the back seat, ages 7 and 11. The 11-year-old, identified as Kendrick Hines, died at the scene. His younger brother was airlifted to Erlanger Children's Hospital in critical condition.
It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, it doesn't get any easier. It really doesn't. It affects us just like everybody else. It's hard to cope with sometimes. Like I said, just like with me, I've got a child at the house. I can't imagine this happening to her.
Trooper Justin Henderson says an 8-year-old in the van had to be airlifted to a hospital in Atlanta for a serious skull fracture. That child is also in critical condition. Another passenger and the teen driving the van were hospitalized, but they're expected to be okay.
It's a tragedy. It's terrible.
The 2 children riding with Hines did not have on their seatbelts. Hines was taken to a hospital in Rome, Georgia. She now faces several charges, including DUI and vehicular homicide in the 1st degree.
We want them to know that we are very sorry for what happened to them, and I hope it does get a message out.
Now, Courtney Hines is also facing other charges, including reckless driving, no seat belts ×2, along with driving on a suspended license with no insurance, and more charges could be added. The 8-year-old remains in critical condition tonight in Atlanta. I'm told that the 7-year-old, being treated for serious injuries here at Erlanger Children's Hospital, is expected to live. Reporting live in Chattanooga, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.